All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. It's going to take me a couple of minutes to get oriented here as to what we're doing. I've had a bit of an absence on this character. I am super glad to be back, though. We had a bit of an issue, right? And we got it all sorted out now. It's all sorted out now. It's janky. But if you couldn't tell, episode 54, and I know this is because this is like episode 62, right? But I just recorded episode 54. And why is that? Well, I forgot to record the first half of Volcano Manor, so I went back to record the other half of, the first half of Volcano Manor. Turns out I hadn't backed up my save. Alright, cool. I can fix that. I can download the live stream. Well, I downloaded the live stream. I downloaded it from Rumble, but I kept having to refresh it. No volume, right? There was no audio. The audio file was there. I could see the peaks, but when I would play it, no audio. It's like, okay. Last resort, I will, because YouTube, for some reason, the live stream is not in HD. It's standard definition, 720p. That's gonna be really terrible to download and to, manipulate and all this. It would just take a couple days, speed level a character, get it to Volcano Manor, record the first half, and you're good. Right? Great. Did that. Almost. The Godskin Noble fight, I forgot to record on the character that I said we're going to do the first half of Volcano Manor with because I didn't record. Go figure, right? So now we're finally back. Let me get kind of caught up as to where we are. Okay. Man, we're making some progress here. All right. This is dope. Okay, cool. So we're in the how do you pronounce this again? Auriza Hero's Grave. I think we already did the side tomb. So we're in the Hero's Grave now. And oh boy. So this one isn't too bad. As far as Heroes' Graves go, this one is pretty decent. Right, you want to watch out for these guys. They spit out death. Right, so you don't want to get caught in that. If you take a little bit of death buildup, that's not a huge problem, but it builds up really fast. So you don't want to stand in that for more than like a half a second or a second, right? Because it's going to build up fast, and it takes a while to go down. All right. Okay, it's this one. Okay, I hate this one. So this one is kind of bullshit, but it's not too bad. We're gonna need to just sprint down here. Chariot's gonna come in. We want to dip out to the side. Okay. Come on. You're being dicks. Do I have... I do. Okay. And so we need to... Okay, go. And then once we get to here, we're pretty much okay. Alright, we got another one there. Got that one there. But we're pretty much okay. We're going to grab this loot, but we got to wait for this guy to move. Right? So we're going to go over here. We're going to snag that. We're going to drop down. Okay. We're still doing fine. Everything is fine. Got these guys, they're going to come in, they're going to do their death stuff. We're just going to ignore them for now, because there's a bunch of them, and it's like non-stop death. Grab our Bloodhound's Fang. Alright, and once they've sort of calmed down a little bit, then we can actually, you know, start maneuvering around. We'll go ahead and take them out. Well, they're still having a moment down here. The last one. Alright. You see that? We were in it for just one second. We're already up about half of our death build-up. So, you know, builds up quick. Like I said, be very careful. You could use your Beast Torch here and largely just ignore them, which, you know, would have been the smart thing to do, but, you know, runes. We are, like I said, in this walkthrough, we're going to go to level 200. Right now we're 112. In the walkthrough, I think we just passed one in the live stream. I think we just passed 150. Haven't live streamed in a minute. I don't know. To be honest, I don't know if I'm going to continue the live stream. Right? It's mostly for me, and it's mostly like a brain warm-up. So once one goes, we're going to hop in. Got to get over here. Gonna grab this. Okay. And now we're in a good spot. You see how they're sort of like staggered, right? So we want to pick when we're going to run. So I like to go after this one. All right, so when it turns around, you're going to cut over, and then you're going to cut back. All right, and then you should be good to go. Once that one's there, we're going to cut over and then cut back. Okay, but this one here is kind of bullshit. So this one here can knock you off. And so we just need to drop, right? You got to kind of be fast and drop there. If you drop right where that corpse is, you should land right here on this beam, and you're good to go. We're going to put our lantern out here. We're going to leave the Bloodhound's Fang on. We got another skeleton to deal with, but we have more of the basilisks to deal with as well. The Bloodhound's Fang will be better for the basilisks, and they're more of a threat. So we're going to leave this on. Grab your holy grease. And then, again, just make sure you line yourself up right about where your shoulders and your feet are level with the beam, and then walk off, right? That's how you want to do that. We're going to come over here. Whoa, we're getting a little close to the edge there, buddy. The shoulders and our head are level with the beam. Walk off. All right. Basilisk. Okay. Grab your vulgar militiaman ashes. I mean, despite their hideousness, they are kind of cute. I will say the basilisks can be a little cute. I don't know if I'd want one for a pet with all the spewing of the nonsense, but, you know, overall. We're going to climb this long-ass Miyazaki ladder. There's one thing that you can always count on in a Miyazaki game. It's going to be feet and ladders. So we got our Gravewort or Grave Violet here. We can go back down. All right. Now, I am going to say this. You heard it here first, about halfway through the video. Wu Chang is coming, right? I'm about halfway through of my initial playthrough of Wu Chang. I do like the game. It is difficult. It is a bit more farmy than Elden Ring. So we're going to see how that goes. But I am almost done with my first playthrough of Wu Chang. I'm about halfway through. I like the game so far. I'm getting a pretty decent grip on the mechanics. So, you know, the walkthrough is coming. As soon as I finish Elden Ring and the DLC, we will have Wu Chang. All right, so we got more of these spawning on top of us. We're about to fix that. All right, so once he starts his descent, we're just gonna run. We're gonna run. We're gonna run. We're gonna eat that. We don't really have much of a choice. So we're just gonna keep running. And we want to get all the way down into here. No, you don't. So unfortunately, we did have to eat two. What are those? Two chariots. If you can, try to get away with only eating one chariot. That will be better. But you know, we ate two. Full health, we survived. We're gonna take this up. Get our bow on. Shoot. Okay. Now we want to go spawn. Actually, you know what? We're just going to ride this out. Because we'll spawn them in a minute. It'll be easier to do it this way. Okay. So this controls the light, and that means it also controls the chariots. Alright. And since we spawned in the chariots and they collided and they hit each other, that's going to kill the chariots, and that's also going to open the door. So we're going to go ahead and go in here. And remember, if we die, the chariots stay dead, and the spawn point's just right up there. So We're just gonna go ahead and go. We're gonna save our FP. So we're just gonna do this as inefficient as it may be. All right. Pop that. Oh, we still not done Upper Caelid yet? Oh, well, we're gonna go do Upper Caelid here in a minute. We're gonna pop that. And we're gonna summon our Mimic. The Mimic here is kind of a trap, but we want the guy with the shield. All right. And then you just want to parry. And the whole goal here is for the Mimic to just sort of like take the heat off by keeping the other Crucible Knight busy. Right? That's all we want. We want that other Crucible Knight to stay busy. We don't actually think that the Mimic's going to be able to kill the Crucible Knight. Now, it probably can. Sometimes it does. Sometimes it doesn't. It's kind of RNG. But we just want to fight this guy. Come on now. I know that I can parry those. My parry timings have been really off recently. And it's been a little annoying. Alright, so it looks like our Mimic is going to actually take out that Crucible Knight. And so we got this done. So when we did it in the live stream, the Mimic lost that fight. But this time the Mimic won. That's fine. But we got that down. And we got about 15 minutes. Let's go double check and make sure that we actually did the side tomb. Since it's been so long since I've booted this up. Okay, side tomb's done. So we got all of the capital outskirts is done. All of Altus Plateau is done. Mount Gelmer's done. The only things we haven't done yet is going to be Upper Caelid. So we're going to get into some Upper Caelid stuff. The first thing that we want to do, we want to head over here to the Bestial Sanctum. And okay, homie's fine. And we're going to trade this out for a beat stick. Put some of this stuff away. Alright. We want Ashes of War. We want to take the Sacred off of this. And we want, what is that? Barbaric Roar. Do we have Barbaric Roar? Barbaric Roar. We're going to add that, and we're going to make that quality. And I will be back in just 1 second. All right. So we're going to grab... Okay. We're going to grab our beat stick. And we're going to head outside. grab our mimic. That. That. And we're going to fight this guy. Watch out for that red slash there. Now this guy, he can be on one sometimes. So just keep an eye out. He's going to switch weapons a couple of times throughout the fight. He's still hitting us like a truck. But we should. Alright, so he switched again. And he still does that wicked attack with the axe. He does more damage when he has the axe, for sure. Oh, are you serious? Come on now. Like I said, he's on one today. But we should be able to take him down, on one or not. Okay, we got him vulnerable. Alright. Homie's down. So that's good. Alright, we're gonna grab the black blade, the halberd. We're just gonna go ahead and we're just gonna teleport down to the Great Bridge because we need to like refresh our stuff anyway. And I'm gonna grab our Bloodhound Fang. And we're gonna go fight this dragon. Before we fight that dragon here, why don't we spend our runes? Alright, what are we at? What are we doing? We're gonna want... So we got... Yeah... I'm thinking... Yeah, you know what? Let's just get up to 60 vigor. Our damage output is okay. It's not, you know, top tier AAA Zomg. We're nuking everything, but it's sufficient. All right. So we're buffed. Let's go. We're going to take out this dragon. Oh, you got to be kidding me. Oh, I was pretty sure I dodged that, but I have been known to be wrong many a time. See, like I said, look, this is at this point probably one of the hardest dragon fights, and like I said, look, we're not doing like 80 bajillion points of damage, but we did just drop him relatively easily, right? So we're going to go back to the Farum Great Bridge because we want to go across. There's another boss fight literally right across the bridge. So we want to, you know, refresh everything again, and we're going to go fight that boss. Lots of bosses coming up. This is going to be another Putrid Avatar. So we're going to be dealing with a lot of rot. And we're going to be dealing with some BS and, you know, all your regular Erdtree Avatar things. But shouldn't be too terrible. So we're going to pop that. We're going to go ahead and summon our Mimic. We're going to grab our potion. We're going to buff. You definitely want to use fire-based attacks against these guys. They are weak to fire. They're trees. Hopefully I didn't have to explain that. A lot of this is common sense. Roll under. That way the rot is facing forward and it's missing you. Turn it around. Alright, vulnerable. Let's get a weapon art in there. Alright, and then now he's down. Look, all this stuff here in Upper Caelid is like, if you come here when you're doing like the rest of Caelid, you're gonna get absolutely abused. So the only reason why we're having the time of our life up here right now, getting all these runes for very little work, is because we were patient, we bided our time, we went and did a bunch of easier content first, and then we came back here when we were solid, and that's making all the difference here. Alright, so we're going to rest of the grace here. We want to change up our physic flask now. So we've been waiting for this day. So we're going to take out the bubble tier, and we're going to add in the opaline hard tiers. So this is what we've been waiting for basically the entire game. Right? So the difference between the bubble tier and the hard tier, the bubble tier is a one-time 100% damage negation. Right? That's pretty good. Right? If you're gonna get smacked, you know, you can, and it lasts 3 minutes or until you get hit, right? So you can pop that, and then if you get smacked, it negates 100% of that damage. That's pretty good. Now the opaline hard tier, the one that we just transferred over to, it does just a straight up, across the board, all damage types negation, right? So we're gonna take a look at this. We're gonna grab our little potion here. We're gonna do our little thing. We're getting ready to go through this cave. We're gonna go through this cave, and then we're gonna call it a day for this episode. But what? But we'll look at this. So physical 33, strike. Slash, so strikes 29, slash is 31, got 30, we got 33, 29, 31, 30, 19, 21, 17, 17, right? Okay, let's pop our flask here. 43, 40, 42, 41, 31, 33, 29, 29, right? So, we get, it's quite a bit of damage negation, and that's for like 3 minutes, right? So this gives us more sustain in fights, and that's what we really want. Now, we are going to kill this rune bear. Like, you don't have to. You can sneak around. And you can deal with him that way. But it is definitely going to be easier for us to just kill the bear. He is a very hardy bear. Like everything in Upper Caelid, the thing has like 1,000,000 hit points. Right, so just... But it's still a rune bear. We know how to fight them. Just because it has a lot of hit points doesn't mean that the fight's any different. Okay. Now that he's down, that's just going to make our life just significantly easier. Just grab our bestial vitality here. So this path here, that is how we continue down through the rest of the dungeon. We're just going to come back here and we're going to pick up a couple items. We're going to steal the deer's food. Sorry, deer, but we're going to take your food. Definitely want to make sure you grab this crystal cave moss. It's pretty rare and it's needed in some important crafting recipes. Those recipes we don't have now because we haven't been buying any of the crafting books. We're going to grab our bull goat talisman, right? If you want poise and you don't have poise, that's going to give you poise. I just really like saying poise. We're going to go all the way back up to the top. And we're going to go out towards the entrance. That's the entrance. This here is progression. So we're going to take the path for progression. And you want to watch out because it's going to terminate in a drop. You can drop there. And then you can drop here. You can drop there. And you can drop into the wolves, or you can just take this path around. So we're going to take the path around. Alright. Grab our beast blood. Alright, so that looks like it's everything. And so we're going to come and head down this tunnel here. And I believe, as we drop down here, that's the boss. So let's go ahead and health potion, FP. We're going to get this ready. Yeah, this is the boss. We're going to drop there, drop there, drop there. We're going to drop here. All right, that's the boss there. Summon up our mimic. Pop our flask. Heal up. Buff Bloodhound's Fang. We're going to go. We want to kill this guy here first. That's on the ground. Because he has the big sword. And he has the most hit points. So we're just going to bully him down. Right, and now we want to go for this guy. He throws the chakras. They don't do that much damage. And he's just dead. We get our Flame Drake Talisman +2. And that's where we're going to end the episode. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to go back to the Dragonbarrow Fork because we're going to continue from there in the next episode. So I will see you all then.